Hey, what's up, guys? So I was just looking at my Patreon page here and realized that I set this thing up like a year ago now. So I wanted to say thanks to everybody who's been supporting me and my channel and everything I've got going on here because it really does help. And I'd be making these videos even if I didn't have the Patreon thing going. Because I love documenting these wild and crazy projects. I love making videos. And I love knowing that what I'm doing here is helping people. So, but at the same time, as much fun as it is to make these videos, it's also a lot of work and time. It takes forever to put these projects together and make the videos and everything. So the Patreon support helps keep me motivated, to make more videos, higher quality videos, think outside the box. What else could I make a video on? Like, the low power modes of the Arduino or the effects of ESD. So, all of those kinds of videos, it's all a result of the Patreon support. So really do appreciate that. So the other thing I wanted to just quickly talk about is how I have my Patreon page here set up. So, it's a simple 2 reward system. I've got a $1 per month reward and a $10 per month reward. So the dollar per month thing is kind of just dropping a dollar in the tip jar. If I've ever helped you out with your senior design project, gotten you unstuck from something, or just opened your world up to something new, inspired you to come up with something for your own project, that's kind of what that reward is all about. And I can remember way back when I was first getting started with microcontrollers, I had no idea where to start. And I bought myself a little PIC microcontroller, a breadboard. I got the PIC kit too. And I was like, well, what do I do? Should I learn C code? Should I learn assembler? I didn't really know. So I found some guy on YouTube making videos, and they were not good videos at all. But at the same time, it was perfect because he kind of walked you through everything you needed to get set up in programming with microcontrollers. So if he had a Patreon at that time, I would have definitely supported him because, man, he really changed my world. So anyway, that's how that reward works. Now, the other one that's really cool, and this is something that I've been doing for a while now, is the Bear Board Club. So $10 per month signs you up for the Bear Board Month. And right here are all the boards that I've sent out as part of the Bear Board Club. And that's exactly what it is. So $10 per month, I will design a board or try to design a board. Some months are kind of busy. So, and I make up for it by sending, more boards the next month, or sometimes I send fully assembled boards, as most of you who are already part of my Patreon thing here already know. So what I want to do though is check it out. So I'm going to jump over to my little tracker here. So you can see here, when I started this, I first sent out boards, last February, and then as members started signing up, you could see how, the different boards that I sent out, cheater boards, RF power boards, proto boards, USB to serial, BLE boards, platform boards, LDO boards, battery boards. So you can see how this thing is growing, and this is how I keep track of it all. So here's some of the boards, though, that I've designed. Actually, before I do that, I want to show you a couple other things. So if you go over to my wiki page, I'll link to this down below. This is not my wiki page. This is my wiki page. I've got a list of all the boards that I've sent out, and I've created a wiki page for each board. So this just, is what is the board, how to work with it, a little intro there. This is like one of my favorite boards here, the 328 board. A little schematic for the board. Sometimes there's an assembly, step by step how to put the board together. Parts list is always downloadable, so you can get that, import that right into DigiKey, order all the parts, and build up the board yourself. Sometimes there's a video actually showing the assembly or how to program the board, so there's just a lot of information here, and this is just a great resource or reference to have too, for all these different kinds of boards. So these are all the different boards, and I'll just quickly show you, what I've got going on here. I sent out the cheater board a while back, which is a 328 little cheater board showing you the Arduino pinout versus the native EVR pinout. This is what it looks like when it's fully assembled. Programmable via the USB to serial converter that I designed, which I also gave out as a Bear. Well, technically it wasn't a Bear board because I sent it out fully assembled that month. I also sent out the BLE board one month, which is the Bluetooth low energy board. So, and then a ton of like little mini boards. Well, technically, the BLE board is a mini board and it plugs into the platform board, which I also sent out 1 month. So, I know I'm kind of rambling here, but, just a ton of cool stuff like the LDO board I sent out 1 month. So, anyway, these are just a sample of all the boards that I've sent out, and there's more to come too. And by the way, some of these boards are beta boards for boards that I would sell through my partner MKLEC here. So like, you've seen the BLE board, that's for sale up here, the 328 board. So when you receive the board as a little green board like this, you know that you're getting a beta board, and you're kind of like, technically, you're like one of my beta testers, to see if the board works and test it out. And then if all goes well, then I actually make that board for sale through MKLEC. Or they're not always assembled. Sometimes they come as bare boards like the LDO board here, where you can get a parts list for it and build it up yourself. So anyway, a lot going on with the Patreon page. It's a lot of fun and a lot of projects to come. Here's a sneak peek of another one I'm kind of working on, which is going to be a cool project. So anyway, so again, thanks to everybody who's been supporting me and everything, because it really does help. And we'll keep this thing going as long as we can. So thanks for watching.